characters.
I do let him bang. Yeah, I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm a legend, man. I'm building my legacy.
All the stories and perspectives featured weekly.
I wasn't fully committed to that choke, and I kind of sunk into it, started squeezing tighter, and I kind of heard him gurgle a little bit. I was like, oh.
And all the combat sports you could ask for in the best state in the U.S.
Like I said, Ohio versus the world. It's going to happen for sure. Watch out.
It'll be cool, man. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to show them why the Ohio MMA scene is, in my opinion, one of the best MMA scenes in the country.
This is Forged in OH.
I-O.
OH.
I-O.
OH.
I-O.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 130 of Forged in Ohio. My name is Jake Murren, and I'm the host of the podcast. When it comes to first-time appearances on the show, I like to think that they break down into two different categories. One, people that are making their rise and have a few fights under their belts, and two, a select few fighters that are already established that I can't believe I haven't gotten around to yet, and that category certainly applies to this episode. This man went 4-4 as an amateur fighter with highlight performance after highlight performance, but all that goes away on November 15th as he makes his pro MMA debut representing Demolition Fight Team. It's Gates the Sniper Cook. Thanks for coming on the show, Gates, and welcome to Forged in Ohio.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, of course, man. We have a lot to discuss between your amateur career and, like I mentioned, that highly anticipated pro debut coming up. But I want to start just from the very beginning. I know you have Baltimore roots, but how did this combat sports journey really start for you?
This journey started in May of 2023. I was living in Baltimore, and I'm really good friends with Dylan Budka, UFC vet. He'll be back probably by the end of this year. He was fighting, and it kind of struck my interest a little bit, but more so just the biggest thing was that he was living a much cleaner, better life since he had left Baltimore. So I was at a really low point. I reached out to him and I was like, look, bro, like I just don't want to do it here no more. And he just told me, he was like, look, bro, if you get to Ohio, bro, we can change your life. I'm not sure how, but we can do it. So I sold my car and TV. I packed my stuff up. I hopped on a plane for the first time. Came to Ohio, tried out for a semi-pro basketball team, made the team, but also that same night I went to sparring, and I just fell in love with fighting right there, man. I slept on the couch of my buddy until I was able to get a room in the gym and just been grinding ever since, man.
Yeah, that's incredible. Just how, did you have to almost reach like a rock bottom state in Baltimore, and what kind of convinced you to make that move here to Ohio?
I'm real big on your product of your environment, and the environment in Baltimore. It's like one of the most famous references is it's a crab pot, and that's what it is, man. Nobody really wants to, like, there's a select few that want to help and build you, but most people want to see you do good, just not better than them. So it's very hard to be successful there and stay there. That's just my personal opinion. The results of people who have left and been successful just in my friend group alone, me, Dylan, my buddy Cameron, who's now a professional power lifter, we leave and we succeed. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, when you make that leap and you sell your car, you get on a plane for the first time and move to Ohio, is there any doubt in your mind that that was the right decision? And how much validation have you had since that, man, you are in a much better spot now than you were back then?
I would say, yeah, man, every day is a validation, bro. Like, the life that I live is just healthy. I went from literally living in my mom's basement to being able to help my mom pay her bills, even as an amateur fighter, man. And that alone has just been like one of the biggest motivations that I could ask for, bro, because my end goal is to retire my mom. So if I can retire my mom, I know that that'll be a journey well spent, and everything was worth it for me, and I'm on the road to being able to do that. So yeah, man, every day I wake up and I'm healthy. I have a blessed life, good relationship with God. It's a reminder every single day, bro. I'm living in my reminder.
Do you even think about what life would look like if you didn't make that leap of faith and come to the Buckeye State and become an MMA fighter? What that version of Gates Cook would be?
I'm not even sure if I'd be alive, bro. And that's just the honest truth. I I either wouldn't be alive or I'd probably be in jail. There's not too many escape routes back home. So
Yeah, you mentioned Dylan Budka, and your story really is inherently linked to him. When did you guys first cross paths, and what's that relationship like?
uh we first crossed paths. It was my first day of eighth grade, and I didn't know Dylan because I actually moved to Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, for my seventh grade year. So I was in Dundalk and Baltimore my entire life, and then I left for a year, and I came back, and there's this new kid. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's Dylan." And I didn't really know him. We actually almost fist fought the first day we met each other, just because we're kind of both alpha males. Like we keep that, like we're alpha males. When we're in a room, we want to be respected. So we almost fought the first day we met each other, and then actually he got into a fight. I think it was like the following week, and people were trying to like jump him, and I wasn't with that, bro. Like where I'm from, you gonna get them ones in, bro, 1-on-1, knuckle up. So I wasn't with that, and then man, we just got super close after that. Yeah, that's my dog, man. We go through our ups and downs like regular brother relationships, but as far as in the gym, he's been nothing but pushing me to be the best version of myself, and has definitely taken me under his wing, and just kind of gave me a different outlet to grow.
Yeah, what's that been like seeing his rise in this sport? Obviously, you mentioned his career in the UFC as he hopes to return to that promotion, and obviously your rise as well as you guys kind of make each other better, it sounds like.
It's been awesome to be there for the journey. I mean, as you can see, I got the hat on of the Contender Series. I mean, I got my guy on my wall with me. You know what I mean? Like, he's a big motivational inspiration to a lot of the people out here, and I think he gets a lot of flack, man. But he kind of came from a whole different place, and showed the guys who's already lived here that had the head start had to do it. So that's something me and him both take pride in. We started with much less, but we're gonna finish with much more. And that just clicks over to our fight as well. How we fight, we're in there looking to finish and win. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, how much do you look at his career, I guess, and maybe take notes or things that you can learn from that he did that maybe you want to do yourself? Something that sticks out looking at Dylan's career is just how active he was and how quickly he got to the UFC. Is that something that you've taken note of and maybe something that you want to do as well?
I would love to get to the UFC. I don't know. So with the background that he had already had a very good wrestling background, and he was very dominant in that. And then he was able to add the striking pretty quick. Whereas to where I came over, I had zero experience grappling and wrestling. Everything that I can do now, it's just from straight discipline and hard work and repetition and drilling. And I had natural like street fighting ability. I had like over 50 or 60 fights in Baltimore, man. It is what it is. Whether you're a nice guy, mean guy, bad guy, you're gonna get into fights in Baltimore. I guess that's whatever. So I had already been comfortable striking, which people say, in the fire. It's what's a lot of fighters' issue now, even like the upcoming amateurs. They're kind of scared to put themselves in a position where they could get hurt. For me, it was like, okay, there's a referee and we have padding on our hands. Nothing about this is scary, bro. Like it's controlled violence in here. The worst thing that can happen is I'm gonna get clipped or lose, and the ref's gonna stop it. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about somebody pulling out a gun or a brick or a knife. So
What was that learning curve early on as you were first getting into mixed martial arts, not having that experience in wrestling and grappling and really understanding and knowing that's a big part of this sport?
It honestly didn't hit me until I fought Hirschberger. I was walking through everybody, like absolutely walking through everybody, and then I fought Hirschberger. And no disrespect to him, I think I'm a much better fighter than him. But at the time, he was very experienced wrestling and grappling, and I was green, so he was able to take advantage of me there. And I literally went home after that fight, and I remember I was just sitting in the hotel room, and I'm like, I can never let that happen again. Like I don't care to throw any more punches. We're gonna dig into this wrestling bag. And it sucks because man, I've improved in wrestling and grappling so much, but the same way I've improved is the same way the level of competition I fought has improved. So I've improved, and then you go look at my tapology, and you're like, oh, well, he lost. Okay, I lost to a 10th planet black belt, a jiu-jitsu black belt from 10th planet who missed weight by 5 pounds. And then I got subbed by Todd Pickett, who was the number one ranked amateur in the country at the time. So like, yeah, I'm improving, but I'm sure it's hard to see because some of the guys I'm fighting, I'm not cherry picking. I'm not going to go, oh, let me go fight a 0-7 who I can knock his brakes off. No, as an amateur, bro, I was like, I'm going to take all the hardest fights I can. And if I lose, it's going to be nothing but knowledge for me to learn from.
In those early days when you first got into it, what was your first interaction with Gary Young like, and what has he meant to you in your career?
My first interaction with Gary is he's like, how much you weigh? And I told him my weight. I was 153, like soaking wet when I first got to Ohio, man. Everybody's like, oh, he's a 55er. And Gary was like, no, he's going to put on like 20 or 30 pounds fast. He was like, he's going to be on UFC Fight Pass by 2027, five to six times, guaranteed. And I've already fought on those big promotions, not on Fight Pass, but on a Fight Pass promotion 3 times now. I see the lights. I don't dim from them. So Gary's been a huge impact on my life inside and outside the gym. He's another one that doesn't receive enough credit for how much he's impacted people's lives in and out of the gym. Like the man does 2 to 3 charity events that he benefits absolutely nothing from a month. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, how huge is that when you come across somebody that really does see that potential in you? How much, does that influence you when you're first starting, and how much does his faith kind of fuel you?
oh man, if I already know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, but if Coach knows I can do it too, oh man, you're in for a long night. You're in for all I got. Like Coach tells me, man, when we get an offer matchup, he doesn't think twice because he knows I'm down. I'm ready for war, man. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do or whatever it takes to get my hand raised, and especially going into this pro career, man. It's gonna be a strategic assassination. That's what it's gonna be. These next couple fights, man. And after I go finish this guy on the 15th, I want my shot on Karate Combat too, so the world can see how gifted I am. Because I can strike with the best people in the world.
Talking with Gates, the sniper cook here on Forged in Ohio. So let's dive into your amateur career where you've won 4 of your 8 fights. And let's start with the debut. What comes to mind when you think back to that night on June 17th, 2023?
Oh man, super excited. Oh, that was the start to where I'm at now, man. Without that day happening, none of this is possible. What's going on now? So that's a huge moment in my life. Going walking out there, I remember Dylan. The last thing he told me, he's like, hey, bro, we didn't come this far to come this far, bro. Like our life's changing right now. This is the first step. So I went out there and I fought Jake Lee, who's pretty game opponent. We came out. I think he was trying to like mad dog me at like not face offs, but like the fighter meeting. But bro, I'm from Baltimore, bro. The only person that puts fear in my heart is God, bro. Fear, God. That's it, bro. It ain't no man walking this earth. So we got in there, and he wanted to wrestle after I touched him for the first time, just like everybody else does. And he tried to take me down, stuffed the shot. He tried to lat drive me, stuffed the shot, ended up in guard, and actually made him verbally tap on the ground and physically just quit from ground and pound. And then that was 1-0 for an amateur.
Your amateur career is really fascinating because you won 4 of your first 5 fights, but have now lost 4 of your last 5. Just what was that beginning like when you won your first 3 fights all in the first round like that?
Humbling. It was humbling. The first 4 was nice. The last 4 is humbling. You realize like these guys, some of these guys have been doing this for several years, and you gotta not give them the respect, but in the same way, be very understanding of what you're going against. You know what I mean? Throw the ego to the side. This is a marathon. I'm understanding that more and more. Like, there's no race to the top in this sport. There's people that have 50 fights that have never fought on a big promotion, and there's people who fought 4 times who are in the UFC. So it's just very humbling, and it's just like how they say for sports, man. On any given Sunday, on any given Saturday, any man can win, bro. So just making sure you're sharp, staying disciplined inside and out of camp, just staying ready, man, and just keeping the mindset humble. Got to stay humble. If you get too cocky, slip up. 1 loss is 3 steps back in fighting, it feels like. So
Yeah, I was going to ask about that because it feels like the amateur career was really a tale of 2 halves for you. How did your confidence maybe early on impact you, or maybe the ability to stay humble as you developed? How did that kind of fluctuate through those 8 fights?
I think I started off more confident. Obviously, more wins made me feel more confident. But then looking back at my career, I actually enjoyed my losses more than my wins because I learned so much more from my losses. My losses are what made me a better fighter. My losses are why I won't get taken down anymore. My losses are why I won't get caught in the head and arm anymore. These things have all shaped me. So Yeah, I got a 30-second knockout. You know what I learned? I learned that my right hand works. Cool. Didn't learn much. I already knew that. So like, I don't know, man. It's just the losses actually end up paying you off more than the wins do as an amateur. And I think all amateurs should fight the hardest schedule they can so that when they turn pro, they don't see anything that they haven't already seen.
I really love that perspective, and I actually like that you did face some adversity as an amateur. I think far too many amateurs, to your point, think that they are untouchable and then maybe face that reality check when they do turn pro. Do you feel the same way, that you really did get a lot of value out of those losses as an amateur?
Absolutely. Like I said, there's nothing I haven't seen. I've seen black belts. I've seen good strikers. I've seen South. Like I starched. I mean, no disrespect. I literally starched Alex Pereira's teammate in the first round, and then woke him back up with ground and pound and lost the decision. Like, I've like even my losses feel like same thing with Todd Pickett. I had him in a winning position. Like I've been in the moments and the experiences, and I understand where I've messed up. And those are just like every day I'm in the gym, I'm thinking about these small things. These are all replicating to where I'm trying to be as a fighter in 6 months, in 8 months, even next week. So I'm always adding, always building, always looking back at film, whether it was good or bad. Like I'm trying to evolve into the best version I can be of myself.
Your last two amateur bouts were both for LFA. What was it like to compete for a promotion like that and get that type of experience as an amateur?
It was amazing, bro. LFA is a hands down one of the best promotions I've fought on. The amateurs, they treat you with so much respect, and they really make you feel like you're on that big stage that you're fighting on. So yeah, it was a huge blessing. I can't wait to get back on there, man. And the promoter, me and him have had a couple of conversations. He's a really good dude. That everybody over there is working very hard, and they're just making things happen for the fighter, and they're giving us the path to get to the highest level. So I appreciate everything they're doing at LFA, man. I would love to fight on there again.
What's the craziest story or maybe your favorite performance as your time competing as an amateur?
One of my favorite performances would 100% be against Jacob Yancey. I actually broke my fifth metacarpal. As you can see, I got the tattoo. That fifth bone right here, I broke that completely, and I broke my fibula in round one, and still was able to go out round two and push the pace and get the finish. That was one of my favorite wins for sure.
When you're in the moment, do you feel like something is wrong and you have to push through it, or was it only after when you actually realized?
I remember I walked into the corner, and Dylan turned me to Gary, and Gary goes, "You good?" Because I was looking at my hand, and I go, "I mean, my finger's out." He was like, "Okay, cool. We got to win the fight, though, so let's worry about it after." And I was like, "All right, bet." And I literally just took my hand and went, and I slammed my finger down because it was stuck up on my right hand, excuse me. And I went out, cracked him with a right hand, and then he panic shot, got a gilly finish. So not really. I guess I don't think about it too much, man. When I'm in there, I just wanna get my hand raised. I wanna separate that guy's conscience from his body. And that's not because I don't like him, it's just because that's what I'm in there for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's your job, man. Overall, what did you learn most from those 8 fights and all that experience you have under your belt as an amateur?
I think the biggest thing I learned from entering MMA, I thought it was 50-50, 50 striking, 50 wrestling. Now that I fought 8 times, I would say that fighting is 60% wrestling. No, 70% wrestling, grappling, 30% striking. And that is so I would say the biggest thing I learned is that this is a wrestler grappling base dominant sport. So if you want to take this on, there's no easy route. There's no, I'm just a striker. Like, no, you better be good everywhere, because if not, you're going to meet your match soon. Unless you cherry pick forever, but you can only cherry pick for so long if you want to get to the top.
Are you comfortable with that 70-30 balance? I mean, I guess you have to be if that's how it is, but do you maybe wish it was maybe more leaning towards striking?
Man, we've been working so hard that it doesn't bother me anymore. But like I said, man, after this fight, I want a quick one on Karate Combat. I don't care. President Awesome, this is my call out, bro. Anybody that can make 165 pounds, 170, 175, I'll sign the contract. I'll show up on time. I'll get my hand raised. So that's my call out. I'm gonna go get a highlight for you on the 15th first, and we're gonna clip this.
Yeah, let's do it, man. 3 years ago, before you started fighting, would you have believed me if I told that old version of you in Baltimore that you would be where you are today, making all this progress and have this pro MMA debut to look forward to?
Um, yeah, honestly, yeah, bro. I've never sold myself short. Uh, if I wanted to pick up tennis tomorrow, I'll go be a world champion at tennis, bro. It's my mindset. It's how I was raised. My mom instilled that on me, bro. I'm gonna do whatever. If you're not first, you're last. So whatever I pick up, I'm trying to be the very best at it. Whether that's wrestling, grappling, striking, golfing, swimming, it don't matter. And that's the same way my coach is too. Gary Young, yeah, coach gonna make sure we good. Whatever we got to do, we got to run a marathon. Everybody's gonna be on point, ready to go. So
What's motivated you most throughout this journey that you're on? What's kept you going?
my mom, my mom for sure, and just the people that love me and support me, and my like it's just so much, man. It's family so big to me. My grandma's currently fighting a Jesus. Life has been stressful. She had like an aneurysm and a heart attack and like everything all at once basically together, and she's like fighting for her life right now, man. So just thinking about my family, bro. Like really thinking about my family and realizing, like you said, every day is a reality for me. I'm miles away from my family, bro. My nephew's birthday passed. I didn't get to see it. I'm in fight camp. Like all these things are what keeps me like just ready to go, man. Just ready to go at all times. Ready to go and just waiting for that call, bro. You never know when that call's coming, so I'm ready.
Once again, we're talking with Gates, the Sniper Cook, here on Forged in Ohio. Right now, where you're at in your career, why was now the right time to make that pro debut and enter the pro ranks?
I don't think I know. I know my skill. I know my ability, and I know how much work I've been putting in. I know the experience I've gotten over these last 8 fights, not including my 10 boxing fights, 5 kickboxing, and probably about 40 grappling matches. I'm just ready to make that next step, and I'm ready to start getting paid for these performances, bro. I'm not cherry picking, but I'm also not gonna rush myself now because this is a business. This is a professional business, and I'm gonna take my nice time with my pro record for sure. You know what I mean? Build it up correctly, and then we'll take the hard fights when it's time to take the hard fights. But nothing's being taken lightly. One fight at a time, man. Start with November 15th.
Yeah, that pro debut takes place November 15th for Nightmare Promotions. How are you feeling so close to fight night?
Oh man, I'm ready. I actually right before we hopped on this podcast, I just got done running a little cardio push. All of our hard goes are done. Just time to go handle business. That's it now.
What do you think of your opponent, Avron Williams, who is 0-4 right now in his pro career?
I don't think anything of him. I think he is a grown man who has worked hard this camp and he's ready to go in there and get his hand raised just like I am. So I'm prepared to fight the very best in the world. I'm not preparing for Avron Williams. I'm preparing for the best in the world. So I'm ready for whatever he brings, man.
Is that always how you approach fights? I love talking to fighters about how they approach it, whether it's balancing or focusing all on themselves, all on their opponent, a mixture of both. How do you kind of balance that out going into these bouts?
I mean, of course we watch film. You know, we watch a little bit of film, but I'm not a guy who overanalyzes film because if you watch film on me from yesterday, I'm not the same fighter today that I was yesterday, and that's just the truth. I might have similar habits, but I'm not the same fighter, so I don't dwell on that. I do get a good idea of what they do, and I get a good idea of what I would like to do to them. But like, there's no way to really game plan a fight. I think that's all a myth. Good, you can have an idea what somebody's weak at, but once you get in there, the fight's always different. It's always different. So the plan is just whatever it takes to get our hand raised. That's honestly it. I didn't have to game plan much for him. The most I've ever game planned for anybody might have been Pereira's boy, who was a southpaw and had a good body kick. Didn't get him far, you know. When we game plan, we execute. So
Your teammate Mateo Gardner beat Avron Williams by decision in February. Just how much have you maybe used that fight and Mateo himself as a resource going into this one?
at the gym, man, we're all a family. So if we have information or we have video, or we're always helping each other. Teo's been a big help as he is every camp. You know, of course he's gave me his little what he thinks will work for me, and me and him have had our goes, and we know how we all match up and all that, bro. So it's he's been getting me ready for mine. I've been getting him ready for his. He's fighting a longer, taller guy coming up. So yeah, man, we're always just bouncing off one another. That's how we are at Demolition. We're a family. So whatever we can do to help each other, we're doing it, man.
What's the key to this fight for you? What do you have to make sure that you do in order to get your hand raised?
Just go do what I do. Just go do what I do, bro. That's literally it, bro. We could start. He could start in full mount. I'm gonna get my hand raised. I'm prepared. I've been put through every situation you can think of this fight camp, man, and I've worked my ass off. So, uh, I just think I just need to go in there and go get my hand raised and give all the glory to God. I don't gotta overthink it. Just gotta go do what I do.
I'm not sure if you're someone who really visualizes these fights and down to the wire and really sees how they end, but if you are, how do you think this fight goes on the 15th?
I take me getting my hand raised by violence. I won't say how because I don't like to spoil the ending, but it'll be violent and it'll be viral.
I love it, man. I love the confidence. Just what would it mean to you to win that first fight for you in over a year and start that pro career on the right note as a 1-0 professional mixed martial artist?
It would mean right now it would mean everything to me. It's the only thing I'm thinking about. It's my first pro fight. It's my only first pro fight. You only get to do it once, so I'd love to start my pro career as a 1-0 professional with a first round knockout.
You've been active throughout your career. Just assuming things go well in terms of result and especially health on the 15th, what does 2026 look like for Gates Cook, the pro fighter?
I want a fast turnaround in December. Karate Combat, I want that call. If I don't get that call, Cage Thunder maybe. Wherever, bro. I'm not ducking no smoke, bro. OCL, like, send it. Y'all got Gary Young's number. Hit him. Hit my guy. He'll hit y'all. Talk to my people.
Yeah, that's insane. How confident are you that you are going to fight 2 times before the end of 2025?
I'll fight 4 times if it makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go, bro. We train every single day. We didn't come this far to come this far, bro. I'm ready to scrap, bro. We're gonna take our time and do it strategically, but yeah. I'm not ducking no smoke, bro.
Yeah, I love
especially at 170, bro. Because a lot of y'all in Ohio, y'all be scary, bro. Y'all will match up with somebody at 170 and then beg for a 150 fight, get the 155 matchup, and then cancel. And I'm not name dropping. Y'all gonna know who y'all are when y'all see this. Stop that soft ass shit. Stop point picking. You're not gonna get to the top that way. You gotta go fight everybody.
When you look at the 170 weight class here in Ohio, are there any names that kind of stick out that you'd love to get in there with?
I honestly, bro, I'm gonna go take care of business on the 15th, and then I feel like me doing that alone is gonna get my name, but somebody's gonna call me out. So whoever, whenever, wherever, hit Gary Young. Y'all got his number.
I love how ambitious you are in your career as you constantly want to get back in there, but you've also mentioned a few times how there is a balance to it, making sure you're taking the right challenges at the right time, especially going into your pro career. How do you balance just that fighter inside of you that wants to keep on going, but maybe it's not the smartest thing to do at times?
Stay in the gym, stay at practice. There's plenty of hard goes at practice, you know what I mean? Just if and like I said, my coach, just the way he is, we're always competing. He does 2 to 3 charity events a month. Those charity events have 2 to 3 to 400 people that come to them. That's a live crowd right there. I'm getting that exposure and experience every time. So I'm itching to compete. Cool. I got something Saturday. I literally text my coach every week. Hey, am I competing this week? Am I competing this week? Yeah, you're grappling. Yeah, you're striking. So we're always getting busy. So it's more so just now. It's like it's the difference between getting paid for it or not.
Last one for you. Why should people check this fight out on November 15th? Why should they tune in to the start of your pro career?
So that they can say they seen the very first knockout from Gates the Sniper Cook before he went on a crazy run and made it to the UFC and became a world champion. And you watched the very first fight. That's why.
I love the message there, man. Before we wrap up, just if you want to shout anything out here at the back end of the show, promotion, or any sponsors, things like that, man, the floor is yours.
Oh man, I got honestly, I have an entire army behind me. So I want to shout out Sports Testimony, JNR Contracting, White Bright Integrity, Be More Buckets, America Fight Promotions, Prompts Quality Painting, Shipping Made Easy, Green Roots, Benzing Home, Pete's Media Drip, MKO Services, Fallen Oak Tattoo, Dos Locos Food Truck, Carnage Media, Deem Auto Care, Epic Labor, Wonderly Trucking, Rich Good Therapy, Fuse Worldwide, A Functional Life, 410 Home Team, Embassy Inc., Brumley Services, Poly Bros, and there's a few other. I appreciate all you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in my life right now. So huge shout out to you guys. Huge shout out to my teammates, my coaches. We're going to go get our hand raised on the 15th.
Man, that's one hell of an army there. Thanks again, Gates, for joining the show. It was truly long overdue for me to have you on here. As always, I end these chats by doing the OHIO chant here. So, OH.
IO.
Thanks, Gates. I appreciate the time. Best of luck on November 15th, and I can't wait to see you perform in your pro debut.
Thank you for having me, brother.
That was Gates the Sniper Cook, the 4-4 amateur mixed martial artist, but will look to become a 1-0 pro fighter here in just a matter of days. A quick announcement here at the end of the show. This will be the last episode of Forged in Ohio in 2025. I usually record during weekends, and the next two will be filled by moving into my first home with my wife. Then after that, Thanksgiving is coming around and the holiday season, so I thought this was an appropriate cutoff for the year, but I'll be back sometime in mid to late January though, so don't you worry. In the meantime, you can support us by checking out the Forged in Ohio merch store with the link in the description below. I've been told they make for some pretty good gifts this time of year, and I'm sure you've heard me ask you to subscribe to the Forged in Ohio YouTube channel and share the podcast with your friends and family while you're at it. I hope everybody has a great holiday season. I appreciate all the continued support for the show, and I'll see you all again in 2026 for episode 131 of Forged in Ohio.